lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Barbertine's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see. I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat.
I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Whoever said that Natalia couldn't be trusted, I'm the one. Whoever said that Sidwell was playing in the Ladies of Deception's faces, that was me. So Natalia gets fired from Deception because she didn't disclose that, Sidwell was her ex-husband, which confuses the hell out of me. Why would she need to tell anybody that that man is her ex-husband? Somebody make that make sense. But okay, she fired. She ain't got no job. So she goes to him. They have a conversation. He's promising her certain things like reconnecting with their son, and all she got to do is tell him some stuff about Sonny because her and Sonny was close at one point. So she go ahead and tell all of Sonny's business to her ex-husband. It's just like, you dumb bitch. Why would you tell him anything? So now we know Sonny's in danger. Now Carly didn't almost smack the out of Willow for moving her grandchildren in the house with Drew. And on top of stupid ass Willow, like I said, stupid ass Willow signed them papers for Drew to become the guardian of the children to make sure the children didn't end up with the Quartermains or Sonny and Carly. But also he's doing this so them children also don't end up with Nina. I'm inclined to believe he's trying to get control of their shares, but let's be clear on something that's not going to happen because Diane is in control of all of that stuff. But Carly is going to LA with Sonny for his surgery under the guise of, I'm looking for a new doctor for Michael. So we already got that whole cover story taken care of. Christina over here feeling big guilt for what she did to, Rick and Elizabeth. And people are talking her out of telling on herself. Ava is trying to get even more money from Alexis from the Cassadine estate, which ultimately Alexis is going to go to jail if she do this. And Rick keeps telling Ava, you need to keep a low profile. You don't need to be spending all this money. You need to be strategic. You need to be smart about this situation. And she's not being smart about this situation. She went shopping and got herself a whole new motherfucking wardrobe. And someone's going to be looking at you like, girl, what the hell are you doing? Be discreet. She's not discreet about anything. Now, like I said, Carly almost slapped, Willow, and then Willow signed them papers. So Carly calls Diane and is like, can we move up these things? Can we get this whole hearing and the whole custody stuff? Can we get that moving? But keep it hush-hush. Keep it hush-hush, keep it on the low. Now, unfortunately, on a hush-hush, keep it on the low type thing, Nina and Portia have concocted this dumbass plan to frame Drew with an escort. And spoiler alert, it ends up blowing up in their faces in the sense of he finds out that he was drugged with ketamine when he go to the hospital. And dumbass Willow, even though she caught him and that escort in bed together, dumbass Willow forgave him. Okay, she did. And Carly was like, really? Y'all didn't use a drug that would be out of his system? Get the hell out of my face with this. Get the hell out of my face with this. So Drew, he didn't want Willow to go to Germany by herself. He wanted to go with her. But she was like, I need to go see my husband. I need to go see my husband and make this right. But when she get there, she told Michael don't want to see her. And the lady at the front desk ends up calling Drew and tells her, I turned her away. I did what you wanted me to do. So Drew paid the lady at the front desk at the, the hospital where Michael is recovering to tell her that, Michael don't want to see you. So now she's heartbroken and probably going to fall more in love with him and more into him. And it's just like, you are so damn dumb to ever believe. But okay. Diane got all the papers with her. She has not convinced Alexis to have Christina committed. So when she goes to talk to Rick about some stuff with Sonny and Ava, she ends up spilling all these papers. And Molly gets her hands on Christina's involuntary, commitment papers. And she shows it to Christina, and they go to confront her. No, she shows it to Christina. They go to confront Alexis, and they on BS. And it's just like, Alexis, at some point in time, it's time for you to just put your big girl draws on and really just let these children know you're not the one, the two, or the three, and bring that Natasha up out of you. Because the way Molly and Christina was talking to her, listen, I know you ain't mama, but I don't no contact with them heifers, because they always got an issue with how Alexis raised them or the choices Alexis made. And if Alexis would have had told Molly what Christina did, then Molly would have been like, oh my God, you're choosing her over me, and then would have walked away. But if her keeping it, she gonna lose both of her daughters. I would have had her committed, not blame. Now Jordan has quit, set up this big old thing with Laura so she can get a job with Sidwell. And Sidwell and Drew are talking about how they gonna take Sonny down. And it's just like, this is so messy. This is so goddamn messy. And Tracy and Ezra are, have this shared hatred for Sonny. And now they want to get Sonny out of Port Charles. And they want to take him down. And it's just like, at some point in time, we know what Sonny did. No one's saying that Sonny is this great person. No one's saying that Sonny is amazing. And he's been the nicest, kindest, sweetest. He's never done anything bad in his life. But y'all are so willing to allow all these random people in Port Charles who are 10 times worse than Sonny. Because y'all were also so, let's think about this. They willingly let Cyrus into Port Charles and were going along with what Cyrus wanted, and were doing they big ones and going up for Cyrus. And here we go with another person who y'all willingly let in, and y'all are so focused on getting Sonny out because he's the devil, that y'all let these random ass demons and all worse than the devil up in the house, in the church house, as in Port Charles. And now we look at this situation that Sidwell might be the demise of Port Charles, the way y'all playing it. But you know what, Tracy, even though I like you, Tracy, you teaming up with Ezra, you teaming up with Drew, you working with Drew, telling him you get a Quartermain name back if he helped you take down Sonny. Y'all are dumb as hell. But be dumb, because I ain't got nothing else for you. And then Kyle's stupid ass is doing this surgery that Drew offered him. It is doing this documentary, and it's just like, this is dumb. This is stupid. He's trying to get Kyle on his side. I truly hate it for him. I do. And Brooklyn is wanting to adopt. So she calls Lois, and her and Chase want to adopt. They're asking questions, and Lois calls Gloria. And it's just like, what are we going to do? What we're going to do? And they tell them, oh, the agency shut down years ago. Lulu is working for the Landview Banner. Shout out to my girl, Victoria Lord Davidson Buchanan. Okay. Love her. She's working on this adoption story, and it pisses Brooklyn off because it's just like, you are doing this because you are trying to get at me. And Lulu has no reason to be doing this other than the fact that she's still trying to drive everyone away from Brooklyn. You've been gone for a couple years, and because you want everything to be how it was when you left, you can't take the fact that people have changed, people have grown, things have really changed since she's gone. And you can't stand the fact that people actually like Brooklyn and want to be around her, and it's starting to piss me off. Now the issue with Sonny is some nurse came up in there and was about to put something in her IV, but not her IV, his IV. But guess what? Brick rolled up, knocked that hoe out, and made sure Sonny was safe. That's like, yay. Christina and Molly pissed off at Alexis for the papers. And then Alexis receives the dagger that Helena used to kill her mother with from Sidwell. And it's just like, wow. Yeah, so like I told y'all, this whole plan with that Portia and Nina had, it was working out really well up until the point of him going to get that drug test to prove that he had been drugged. And now he done told Mac he wants to file charges. Nina and Carly are talking, and Carly is yelling at Nina because it's like, y'all so damn stupid. Y'all so damn stupid when it comes down to that situation, because y'all didn't just set yourselves up to get caught up, and he done reported it to Mac, and Carly and Nina get walked in on saying they can't make Willow suspicious of them. Now, Brooklyn told Tracy about the great-grandson and everything that happened, and Tracy confronts Lois, and she wants to know where's her great-grandson. Unfortunately, in this situation, Gio is the great-grandson, and her and Gio have bumped heads over the whole Sunny thing. And when Jason comes in, he basically says, hey, I bumped heads with my family a long time ago about Sunny, and that drove me away from them. And after years of just having different conversations and learning and listening and watching, they were right about some things and they were wrong about some things. But Sunny has always been loyal to me. Sunny has always cared for me. And he is one of my best friends. You, as a grown man, it's up to you to make the decisions about your life and what you want, who you want to be in there. So, Gio, you have to make these decisions for yourself. You do. And unfortunately, Gio's about to be in this moment of when they find out that he is a Quartermain, y'all are going to want to hold on to him and tell him what to do and tell him how things are going to be, just like y'all did Jason. The only difference is Jason had no memory of his previous life, and Gio is like, that man has always been good to me. Always. I don't know what you want me to do about this. He might have been the villain in y'all's story, but in my story, he has always taken care of me, even when he didn't have to, because at this point, Sunny doesn't know they're blood related. Gio doesn't know they're blood related. So it's just like, yeah, we're going to have a big issue. And Willow's dumbass forgave Drew like she always will. Yay. Yay. Now, while Sunny was unconscious, Mike was telling him you need to find a way out of the mob. And my question is, if Sunny is going to find a way out of the mob, I wonder what business is he going to get into. If he finds a way out of the mob, who's taking over for him? Who's going to take over for him? Is one of his kids going to take over for him? Will will Ava take over for him? Will he give the business to Brick? Like, who's taking over? Who's taking over? It's a good question. And then we run into another problem with Danny and Rocco. So they crash a college beach party. They out there having a good time, and Rocco ends up getting real drunk and passes out on the beach. So somebody go pick little Rocco up. And it's just like, I don't want to blame Lulu for this, but you've been so busy trying to out Brooklyn and everything she had going on that I don't think you really paid attention to your kid. And then where's that other child of yours? Where is Charlotte? Where are your children? Okay, where are your children? Now, we also know that Jocelyn is back, and she's supposed to be getting this internship, this job or whatever, with Professor Dalton for the WSB. And Emma is also going for the same job. So her handler gets Emma and Gio to go swimming so Jocelyn can get that thumb drive up off of Emma. Because, listen, things have to be handled. Things have to be done. And this is a hot-ass mess. This is a hot-ass mess. Brennan is over there saying... I don't even know what the hell Brennan is doing. He's just doing the most. Curtis and Laura celebrated Drew's downfall, but then because he knows he was drugged, it's not going to make a difference. Lulu is interviewing Laura about the adoption article and Laura basically told Lulu to back the hell off. Tread carefully. Tread carefully. Okay, tread carefully. But she's not going to tread carefully because Dante and Lulu confess their love for each other. So she's definitely going to want to get Brooklyn out of his life. And my thing is, Lulu, as much as Tracy loves you like a daughter, Brooklyn is her grandchild, her actual blood. You doing this is not going to bode well for you. But okay, Miss Girl, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. It pissed me off. Now, Jocelyn did see Danny at the party, and they both agreed to tell no one they was there. But unfortunately, Lil Rocco down on the beach passed out, and it's just like, I really thought we were done with Drew. I thought Drew was about to get his comeuppance, and y'all turn around and do this to me. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it, and I feel like we've been caught up. So we'll see what Monday gives. But I'm going to tell y'all this now. Something got to give with these storylines, because I'm through with Drew and Willow's stupid ass always forgiving him and her so willingly handing over her children to him. She quite possibly is the worst. And if she happens to lose those kids in a custody battle, I wouldn't particularly care. Because Willow is the absolute worst. Like, even if this man if he was drugged or wasn't drugged, he still, well, no, I can't even say, oh yeah, let's take the drugging situation out of it. He's controlling and manipulative, and you see that or she doesn't see, I don't know, but that man is controlling and manipulative. And for some reason she still won't get away from him. But oh well. With that being said, let's pray that by the time we get to the nurses ball, that we'll have a new Michael coming back to lay down the law with them folks about his children, and that the baby reveal will happen. But with that being said, that was it. That was all I had more to give y'all. I hope